They say the first 100K is a nightmare, but nobody ever explains why. Most people think it's just because saving money is hard. They think it's about discipline, but there is actually a cold mathematical gravity that keeps you thinking that you're not going anywhere. When you are starting out, you are fighting against the physics of wealth. You are working for your money, but your money isn't working for you. Welcome to episode 1 of the 100K grind. My name is Wealth Quest, and to reach 100K, I'm building on 2 different fronts. First, there's the 401k. This is the automated side of my plan. This month, I invested $394. This account is 100% invested in the S&P 500. It's my foundation. When I look at what's actually driving this account, it's being carried by the biggest companies in the world. My top 5 holdings here are Nvidia at 8%, followed by Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. It's aggressive, tech-heavy, and designed to grow in the background while I'm at work. Then, there's the brokerage account. This is where I get specific. This month, I manually deposited $640 of my own cash. This account is focused on 21 dividend growth companies, businesses that actually pay me a share of their profits just for owning them. My top 5 here look a bit different. Google is my largest holding at nearly 12%, but the rest is focused on high-quality, consistent performers: Hershey's, Microsoft, S&P Global, and MasterCard. These are the pillars I'm counting on to build wealth long-term. Now let's talk about the part of this quest that actually feels like a win: the dividends. On a journey like this, dividends are my psychological armor. When the market is volatile and my total balance is swinging up and down, the dividends are a constant. They are the only part of the stock market that feels real because they land in my account as cash. Every dollar I receive in dividends is a dollar that I didn't have to spend an hour at a desk to earn. That $570 last year may not seem like much to a millionaire, but to me, it represents a few days of my life that I officially own again and reinvested to earn more days. I've been at this for a few years now, and the numbers show exactly how a snowball starts to form. Looking back to 2020, this portfolio paid me a grand total of $23.67 for the entire year. At the time, it felt like nothing, hardly worth the effort, but I stayed consistent. In 2021, that jumped to $90. By 2022, I crossed the $200 mark, and last year in 2025, the brokerage account brought in $570.03 in pure passive income. So far in 2026, we are already sitting at $173.49 year to date. Alright, no more gatekeeping. Let's look at the actual numbers that all these hours of work and all those dividends payments have built. As of right now, the brokerage account, my dividend growth engine, is sitting at $36,488.54. Over on the automated side, the 401k has climbed to $18,644.29. When you put those together, the total value of this wealth quest is $55,132.83. I want you to really look at that number. We are officially 55% of the way to 100k. Crossing that 50% mark was a psychological turning point for me. When you're at 10 or 20%, the goal feels like a fantasy, but at 55%, the finish line is actually closer than the starting line. The mid-game grind is where most people quit because the progress feels slow, but this is exactly where compound interest starts to show its teeth. Every dollar I added this month isn't just sitting there. It's joining a $55,000 army that's fighting to get me out of the investing debt zone. Now, the question is, how did the engine actually run this month? If we look at the benchmarks, the market was on a tear. The S&P 500 was up 3.54% and the Nasdaq surged to 4.59%. My 401k did exactly what it's supposed to do because it's 100% the S&P 500. It pulled in a solid 3.30% return. It's staying right in line with the giants, benefiting from that massive tech exposure I mentioned earlier. The brokerage account, however, tells a different story. It was up 1.04%. Now, on paper, you might look at that and say I'm underperforming the Nasdaq, but you have to remember the strategy. My brokerage account isn't a speculative tech fund. It's a collection of 21 high-quality dividend growers. While the Nasdaq is sprinting, companies like Hershey's, MasterCard, and S&P Global are walking steadily. I'm okay with a 1% gain in the brokerage account when the market is euphoric, because I know that when the market eventually takes a breather, these quality companies are the ones that provide the stability, and most importantly, they keep those dividends flowing regardless of the price. In this quest, I'm not trying to be the fastest player. I'm trying to be the one who actually finishes. 1.04% on the brokerage account and 3.3% on the 401k means the total value is moving in the right direction. We are green, we're growing, and we are moving closer to the goal. So what to expect onto the next update? Well, my strategy remains the same. I'm not chasing the hype. I'm focusing on buying the broader market in high conviction, high quality companies when they are beaten down. If the market wants to hand me a discount on a quality dividend grower, I'm going going to take it every single time. That is how the 100K goal can become a reality. As for adjustments, there are none. I'm sticking to the current plan. My outlook is pretty simple. Yes, the brokerage account is currently underperforming the broader market, but I've been here before, and I believe in the quality of the 21 companies I own. And I am confident we'll see that bounce back. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and I'm built for the long haul. If you're on your own journey to financial freedom, starting to invest, or just enjoy content like this, I'd love to have you along for the quest. Hit that like button if you find this video helpful, and subscribe to join me for episode 2. We're 55% of the way to the goal, and I'm not stopping until we hit 6 figures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.